Hey, this is Kyle with Thermal Corporation, and today we're going to talk about how to extend the life of temperature sensors. So we make thermocouples and RTDs, and the tips for extending the life of them is basically similar, but a couple things that we want to keep in mind. So for all temperature sensors, whether it's a thermocouple or an RTD, the actual sensing part is going to be at the end of the tip. So this is a thermocouple, and that junction is right there at the tip, and so that's where we're measuring temperature. So the most important part to protect on this temperature sensor is the tip. So don't this has a drill tip. You don't want to deform this tip in any way. You don't want to mash it into anything hard or anything like that. It should fit into the bottom of a drilled hole. This has a lock nut. You want to make sure the lock nut is firmly twisted and in place, and you've got good contact here on a solid metal surface, and that's going to give you good lifetime out of the end of this sensor. For the plug, you want to make sure that you're careful with the plug. There's two wires in here that are connected to different terminals, so you don't want to damage those in any way. And with this metal hose, this particular model has a metal hose, so the leads here are actually pretty durable, but you don't want to cut them or smash them or nick them in any way. We have another example. This is a MI cable type temperature sensor, and it has a pretty small, long, thin probe, and so with this you want to be real careful that you don't crimp this or bend it so tightly that it breaks. This is relatively fragile, so just be very careful with it. It should go into the bottom of a long bore or something like that, but don't bend this probe at sharp angles. Also, we have Teflon leads on this particular model, so while this is good for moisture protection, it's not as durable or as strong as the metal hose, and so you don't want to cut or scratch or do anything with these leads. This is kind of a similar situation. We've got some smaller, thinner leads, so just be very careful with them. And you can see this has a metal probe. You don't want to bend this or deform this in any way. That junction right there at the very end is very important. So in conclusion, I guess just be very careful with these temperature sensors. You want to make sure that they fit in the hole or wherever they're supposed to go correctly, and just be careful with them. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, feel free to call us or email us. And as always, we appreciate you watching this video. Like and subscribe to this YouTube channel.